This is a quotient rule problem, so that f prime of x equals. Bring the denominator up times the derivative of the numerator plus the numerator times the derivative, I'm running out of space here, the derivative of the denominator all over the denominator squared.
Shouldn't it be minus?
Should be minus, thank you. Yeah, I did that when I was working on one of the worksheets this morning, and I ended up having to do exactly what I'm doing now.
Should it be negative, or is it not because it's being plugged into the...
No, remember the rule says bring the denominator up. If you're going to bring the denominator up with a -3, you then have product rule. So it's the denominator times. Now, the derivative of, and I'm going to change pen colors, the derivative of the numerator is 2 times the blob to the 1 times the derivative of the blob. This is another thing that helps you if you know the rules, because then you don't have to write all the notation down. Minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, which is 3 times the blob squared times the derivative of the blob all over the denominator squared to the 6th power, which is 3x plus 1 cubed times 2 times 1 minus 2x. What's the derivative of 1 minus 2x? What's the derivative of 1 minus 2x? Minus 2 minus 1 minus 2x squared times 3 times 3x plus 1 squared. And what's the derivative of 3x plus 1? 3. All over 3x plus 1 to the 6th. Now, this is where on the test you will stop. Because I say do not simplify, take it down to the first step so I know what you're doing, and then you stop. How much notation you put in or don't put in is up to you. Everybody's in a different place in terms of being able to handle the derivatives. Sometimes you need to have more dx's, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can just think it through instead. Whatever, how much you put in is up to you. I've put in more to help you. So now I'm going to simplify. So this becomes 3x plus 1 cubed, and it's going to be 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, goes in front, times 1 minus 2x. And then minus, and now I pick up my constants, 3 times 3, that's 9, times 1 minus 2x squared, times 3x plus 1 squared, all over 3x plus 1 to the 6th. Two times negative 2, negative 4, blob cubed, blob to the 1, minus 3 times 3 is 9, blob squared, blob squared.
So the constant should always go in the front?
Yeah, makes life easier.
Okay.
So, I notice that I have a blob, 3x plus 1. I have a 1 minus 2x, and the 4 and the 9 don't have a common factor. However, I can factor out a negative 1 if I wanted to. That can be helpful whenever you're trying to simplify. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1. A blob, 3x plus 1. And a 1 minus 2x. Now let's look at the powers. This is all over 3x plus 1 to the 6th. Now, 3x plus 1, highest power is what? 2. And 1 minus 2x, highest power is 1. So I'm taking the negative 1, that gives me a positive 4. I'm taking a 3x plus 1 and a 3x plus 1 squared from a 3x plus 1 cubed is just a 3x plus 1. Plus, I'm taking a negative 1, 9. I'm taking a 3x plus 1 squared, so it's gone. And I'm taking one of the 1 minus 2x's. See how nicely that cleans up? That's the nature of the creature. So I have minus 1 times 3x plus 2 squared, 1 minus 2x to the 1.
Wait, how did it become 3x plus 2?
Oh, 3x plus 1. Because there's a 2 lurking around the corner, that's why. See, the hardest thing is, even when you're careful, is what? 4 would be 12x plus 4 plus 9 minus 18x. By the way, that's why I pulled out that negative 1. Now what you notice is, here's a 3x plus 1 squared and a 3x plus 1 to the 6th. That's going to give me a 3x plus 1 to the 4th. That happens to be normal, by the way, that kind of thing happens when you're using quotient rule. Minus 1 times 1 minus 2x times 12x minus 18x is minus 6x, and 4 plus 9 is 13, all over 3x plus 1 to the 4th. There's your derivative simplified. Hang on a sec.